Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Bouncing. My name is Susan Churchill. I'm a certified trainer, practice group leader, and grateful practitioner of Spring Forest Qigong. So happy to be with you today. We're starting our third week concentrating on peace. So I've got all kinds of wonderful uh, words for intentions for this week. So today is bringing in peaceful smiles. So when you remember that in Spring Forest Qigong, SMILE stands for Start My Internal Love Engine. So that's an excellent one to start with. Good morning, Alicia. How are you? So I'm very excited to be with you today. And as always, we're starting a new week, new possibilities. So let's start our practice so that we are as open and clear and our chi is flowing like crazy for what all the exciting things that we have going on this week. Hi, June. All right, so we start with bouncing. So in order to get into our bouncing, we want to have our feet shoulder hip distance apart, our elbows out a little bit. Hi, Maria. Our fingers separated. Smile on our face, doing peaceful smile today, touching the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth and tucking our chin in a little bit. Now go down to under your feet and feel Mother Earth. So happy to support us in every way as we're children of the earth. Feeling that connection of grounding and peace coming up through the bottom of our feet. And this is a great way to check your physical posture and balance. Just the balance, we're not going to worry about everything like military style or anything like that. But let's see if we are leaning over to one side or back or front and invite balance. And then feel that beautiful energy coming up through our legs and knees and thighs and hips. Hi, Susan. And up through the lower abdomen, waking up the chi, the life force of all of our organs there, and up through the diaphragm, opening, and through the chest, and just feel yourself softening, shoulders soften, coming up through your beautiful neck, up through the jaw, nose, forehead, top of your head, feeling that through your fingers all the way up your arms and out into the universe and back. And in the universe, in the middle of the universe, there's a beautiful sun. And my body's already connected and started bouncing. So start bouncing when your body is so happy to bounce, connecting between heaven and earth and feeling all the love of everyone you've ever loved and everyone who's ever loved you coming raining down upon you. You feel it on your skin and coming in through your whole body and down into the earth. Morning to Christine and to Patricia. Time to get myself my new glasses. They weren't off a lot, but you know how. Get off a little bit and then can't quite see the screen. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me today. I hope you had a beautiful, peaceful weekend. Now, while we're bouncing, we want to focus on our breath. So first we're focusing on softening everything and being connected with heaven and earth. So that's a given. We know that. So how can we use our breath to help us? Breathe in slowly and deeply and gently, and breathe out slowly, gently, and fully. And let's go ahead and bring our hands up over our head for 5 minutes of bouncing with our hands over our head to live to 100. Just let your hands flap at the wrists. And remember, if you're having some difficulty with your in breath, focus for 2 or 3 breaths, or as many as you need, on your out breath. So let's try that now. And allow your out breath to go as long as it can, even the teeniest amount of breath coming out. And then wait gently and trustingly. And then guess what? Your body's going to breathe in for you. So that's a beautiful way to calm down if you're feeling stressed. And anytime you notice that it might be a little bit hard to take a deep breath, we're learning to listen to our body's signals, listening to the chi, the life force going through saying, hey, a little relaxation here so we can breathe would be a good idea. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have our hands and arms up over our heads when we can for 5 minutes, because guess what? Master Lin says we can live to 100 just by doing this. Good morning, Dorothy. If we can bounce for 5 minutes with our hands over our head, especially within an hour of waking up, we live to 100. I'm all for that. So what happens when we have our hands over our head? Well, one, remember how we're flapping? We're letting our hands just flap at the wrist. That's stimulating meridians coming down at the little chi buttons along the wrists, and all these meridians coming through your body from your hands into all different organ systems. So there's part of it. We're also, when we're bouncing, we're stimulating our feet. And if you've done practice with me before, you know how we stretch our toes and feet to stimulate these meridians. So even just our bouncing is already starting to do that. When our hands and arms are over our head, our hands are going like this, and guess what? We're helping to release and open up any fogginess, any energy that's stuck around our head. And we're stimulating our lungs. And we're stimulating our hearts, because when you have your hands and your arms up, that makes them work. So we're getting a lot of benefit for our lungs and our heart just by having our hands up over our head while we're bouncing. Bouncing is also for detoxification, for our lymphatic system, because our immune system doesn't have a pump. So we're helping by moving, and we're doing it right now by bouncing. And so if you walk, if you exercise, if you do a dance, that helps your immune system. See, moving. That's what they discovered some years ago, right? Used to keep people in the hospital longer or in bed longer, and then they realized, we got to get them up and get them moving. So that's one of the reasons for getting up and getting moving when you can. So yes, definitely in bed when you need to be in bed, but also move somehow. So what can you do? Spring Forest Qigong can help you, right? Because we do it standing, sitting, or lying down. And anything you can't do physically, you use your visualization and you feel it. Because when you feel the chi bouncing, that's already having a positive impact on your health and wellness. So many wonderful reasons just to stand here and look silly bouncing. And so I'm here every day. Let's see, we'd have to figure that out. 2 years plus, right? 5 minutes of hands over my head every day. And see how many minutes are we doing that. Let's go side to side and open up sides I've now put a little note on my desk for dance breaks. I do qigong breaks, and but then I was on this wonderful event all weekend, and someone would come on in between. You take a little break, you come back, and then she would say, "Okay, let's do our stretches and stuff." So there we could do the qigong, and then she put the music on, so we danced for one, two, or three dances, and yeah, that's a lot of fun. And I love dancing, and so maybe that's something that you want to add to just lift your energy and lift your vibration and make yourself smile. So there you go. Add dancing to your qigong. Qigong dancing. Oh man, qigong dancing. Might have to create that, right? All right, excellent. So that's our bouncing. Now we want to do our shoulder shrugs and then tapping and cupping, the rest of our active exercises. So shoulders come up to our ears. We just lift them up, and then head back. And you want to scrunch back a little bit like you're gluing your head right onto your shoulders, holding for about 9 seconds, and continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth with the tongue touching the roof of the mouth if you can do it, and release those shoulders down. And then coming up, head back. Well, we've seen Terry Lears. He definitely adds dancing to his Qigong retreat routine, doesn't he? And release down and up, head back, holding. And what are we doing when we're doing this? We're actually letting spinal fluid, we're encouraging spinal fluid to come up the spine as we release our shoulders down into the cortex, into the brain. And I like to think of it, my visualization is my brain is like the whale, and the spinal fluid is like the spouting the water and comes down on it. That's my visualization. I'm sure you have something for yourself. And just feel that brain so young and vital today and ready to do whatever you need to get done. Hi, Pam. Good to see you. All right. Tap the cheekbones. Open, open, open. We're opening up the front channel. We'll do this a little longer. How's that feel? And then move to the beginning of the eyebrows. Now, if you end up getting some electricity or pain of some sort, then first of all, check that you're not being a nail gun when you're doing it. But you'll want to continue that for a little longer because that's letting you know that you have blockages. Now we're cupping the top of our head, sending chi directly into our internal organs. Cup the base of your head, opening up the connection to our brain and giving another boost to our brain. Come to your C7. That's that bump at the base of the neck, and massage this. And you could do it with one hand or two hands. And some people like to do a pinch and release. You'll see that in the Head to Toe Healing book by Master Lin. And then we clap. Susan says, yes, dancing. I love dancing too. Qigong dancing would be awesome. Okay. Underarm, left side. Underarm, right side. Window of the lungs. Hi, Isabel. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's just come to our kidneys now. Cupping the kidneys, rubbing that area with the back of our hands, and then we turn our hands over, rub with the palms, hold them here, and think with excitement about what your day is going to be like, and bring in all the chi you need to have the energy to have fun and have your mind working, and you can get everything done that you want to get done in efficiently. How's that? And of course, if today is a recharge day, that chi helps you to recharge. So not all days are action days. So I'm tapping my tailbone at this point, and then we'll tap our hip area. So that's, if you go to the bone and you go back, there's a little dimple there, and you'll find that, and that's where you want to go. We want to do everything firmly so we can get the vibration in, but not too hard to actually hurt ourselves. So remember, firm yet gentle. Let's cup the top of our knees, reach around to the back, cup both sides of the left knee and the right. And then we'll come up on our toes and down on our heels. And avoid this if you're pregnant. It can be a little jostling for Junior. How's that? Now take a deep breath in and out. So we're bringing in peaceful smiles today. And it feels like a day to start the week off with releasing. So remember when we're doing our breathing, and this is something that didn't occur to me till sometime last year. Master Lin did a healing connection, and he said, remember that babies have to get the fluid out of their lungs first before they can breathe in. And so that's when let's follow our breath out and then take that deep breath in. That's when I started bringing that to you. So let's think of our week as we need to allow ourselves to release any energy that's still hanging on from the weekend so that we can have so much more room in our chi field, in our week, in our mind, and all for whatever beautiful things are coming up during the week. So let's do 7 steps to new life. So we've got a good amount of minutes left. Let me see. 49. Okay. I'm going to put my thing on for 8 minutes and we'll see how many we get through. All right. So what we want to do is we're going to try doing the legs. Now you can do it just with your legs in place, or start on the left, switch to the right, back and forth, back and forth. I'll guide you in where our arms go. All right. Let me get back as far as I can. I'm in the corner. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe in, we're going to go on our left toe, and we're going to bring our hands up to our navel. That's the lower dantian. And just feel as if we're bringing earth energy up to that point. Now we go on our heel, turn our hands over, and push it out. We're just cleansing that whole area. Now we're going to switch to the right side, come up on the right toe, and this time we're going to breathe up and feel as if we're filling ourselves all the way to our heart level, and then go on our heel and push it on down. Release it on down. You feel how that's like you're soaking up, and then we're going to come up this time to the shoulder height, and you don't need to bring your hands all the way up. Just feel it, and then go on your heel, and when we go on our heel, then we push it all down. And you can visualize how the energy is going in and out from the earth. I like to think of it as liquid light, and so I'm bringing up liquid light now all the way to my throat. As I'm on my right toe, go on the heel and push it on down. And see yourself getting crystally clear, like Master Lin likes to say. On the left side, breathing in, let's come to the throat and push it on down. And if I'm doing the same one twice, then just forgive me, and that's okay. All right, breathing in, light coming up all the way to our nose. Can you feel that? kind of tickling your nose. Go on your heel and push it on down. Left side. Coming up to the top of our head. Yes, I definitely did something wrong because I'm off, but that's okay. And go on the heel and push it on down. And the right, we're going to do this one again because I want to end up on the right foot, the correct foot. Go up to the third eye position and on your heel and push it on down. Now, if you can do this with your eyes closed, you're going to have even more benefits because it brings the mind into the body. And breathing out up, the top of our head, feel as if you're filling it all the way, every single drop, and on your heel and push it on down. Now, the second time, we're going to start on the right side. So breathing in and push it on down. I think I'm totally doing that wrong, aren't I? No, I don't. Okay. Forgive me for being able-minded this morning. And just breathe in and bring light energy up from the earth to your chest area and down. And then breathing up, in, and bring the light up to your shoulder area, and then on your heel and push it on down. Like I said, I had a very intense Friday, Saturday, Sunday coming up to your throat, push it on down. And so my brain hasn't quite brought everything in yet. How fun is that? And coming into the nose, up to the nose area, it's tickling your nose, and down. And bring it on up to our third eye, the forehead. It's like you're filled up all the way, your eyes. Can you feel your eyes and the light is all in and through your eyes and started to get in your brain? Can you feel that? And then go on your heel and push it all down and just let it all go. And then come to the right side and let's fill up all the way to the top of our head. And let it do a little swishing in there till it settles down, totally full. And on the heel and release it down. All right, we've got about 3 more minutes left, so let's leave our feet in one position and just concentrate on bringing it up to different levels. So gather the energy of the earth and bring it up to your navel or lower dantian. And feel that. And what if we bring up green light? Feel as if you're bringing green light up and then pushing it on down. Green for happiness. And then we'll breathe and bring up red light coming up to our heart and push it on down. And you can see butterflies coming out. However you want to imagine, you're releasing what you no longer need. Breathing in and coming up to the shoulders. So yellow light, right? Let's do yellow light and bring it on down. And release it. Can you see yellow bubbles or bees or something going out to the universe this time? Breathing up white light. And we're coming up to our throat and down. And then breathing up again to the nose. That's it. I've been missing our nose. Let's bring in beautiful dark blue light and bring it on down. I was doing the 6 steps to new life versus the 7. In our group, that's called being sexy when you make a mistake. Coming up to the forehead, let's bring purple light in and release it on down. And now how about from the earth, rainbow light or whatever colors come to you, and we'll just slowly, slowly, slowly bring it up, filling up, going through every pore, every cell, every tissue, every organ, filling to the top of your head, out to the ends of the hair. Feel the light, feel the happiness and joy and peace, and feel the contentment and the gratitude just swirling around, giving you so much healing. As you take your hands down, we're just going to release it all down and be so grateful and see fireworks coming out. See sparks. See lightning bugs. See whatever you like and let it go and say, thank you for being with me. For whatever reason, I'm so grateful for the lessons learned. And I am so happy to be alive right now. How's that? That's pretty good. All right, so it may not have been exactly to form, but I think it was chi wonderful. Okay, so bringing in, and see, that does bring a peaceful smile. Well, it brings more of a silly smile, but we're bringing in peaceful smiles today. So let's rub our hand. First we got to gather that chi. So bring all that chi into the lower dantian. Give it a good spin. Spin, 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 like you're making cotton candy. And let that start to condense down. Condense, condense, condense. As it goes faster, it becomes smaller and brighter, smaller and brighter, smaller and brighter, until it turns into a tiny little energy pill you tuck deep behind your navel. That's your life force. That's your vitality, and it is so strong. And if you put your hands here, you may get a nice warm feeling. So excellent. And then we'll take a big breath in, and we're just going to go right to our 10,000 hand breath in very slowly today, and feel the universe just pouring gifts. And you've got 10,000 more hands beside your hands coming out of your body. And when you think the universe, you feel the universe has put everything in for you today. It's going to take a little longer, really pouring, pouring, pouring in. Want to get those last ones. Bring your hands together. Come down to the top of your head. Accept the gifts. Accept the responsibility to be. Your smiles will be peaceful smiles, and it's just going to be helping so many people every time you smile. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. I send you many, many blessings. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And I'll probably have my head on a little straighter. So many blessings, all healings, and have a beautiful, beautiful day.